With our new Eltako Series 64, Meta meets Enocean wireless technology, and I want to show you the possibilities this offers, but slowly and one step at a time. What is Enocean? Enocean is a wireless technology that uses energy-autonomous sensors that work without batteries by harvesting energy from their environment, such as light, or use a kinetic energy generator to reliably transmit data. And what is Meta? Meta is a universal smart home standard that connects devices from different manufacturers through a unified system and integrates into platforms like Apple Home, Google Home, or Amazon Alexa. Until now, these two technologies were anything but compatible with each other. And now, let's change that. You now have the opportunity to use the Eltako N-Ocean backpack as an N-Ocean Meta gateway by connecting it to our Meta actuator. This allows you to use battery-free switches to turn individual Meta devices, several simultaneously, or even all devices in the house on and off with just one click. I have already shown you the possibilities you have with our new Enocean Meta Series 64, and now we go a step further and I show you how. First, you learn to integrate the Meta actuator in Apple HomeKit. You scan the included QR code in the HomeKit app and the actuator is in HomeKit. So far, so good. Attention, now it gets exciting. You expand the Meta actuator with the Enocean backpack. In the Eltako Connect app, you add it via a QR code and change the device name. At this point, you can activate the repeater and add switches. You can either integrate a wired switch into the Meta world or add more wireless switches and control with them. Yes, theoretically are all your switches in Meta. Finally, you connect the Meta actuator with Alexa or Google. You generate a code in HomeKit, enter it into the Alexa app, and from now on you can control the actor not only via Siri but also simultaneously via Alexa or Google. Imagine you have made yourself comfortable in your bed and the light switch is just where the light switch is. The problem is you forgot to install a light switch or a button by the bed in your original electrical planning. With the Series 64, that's no longer a problem. You have the option to retrofit wireless buttons without much effort. You plug the Enocean backpack onto the Meta actuator, then open the Eltako Connect app, configure the new switch and bring it into the Meta world. For example, you can then use Apple HomeKit to say, I'm now using this switch to turn the light in the bedroom on and off. Or simply turn on all the lights in the house. And afterwards, you take the switch and place it just as it suits you best. In conclusion, I would like to subtly emphasize that if you want to retrofit a button in the future, you no longer need to lay any lines, you don't need to plaster or paint anything. Just take the button and place it exactly where you need it. After you now have the most important information about our Series 64, I want to talk about the Enocean adapter and the Eltako Connect app. The Eltako Connect app is not a typical control app for your smart home, but rather serves as a configuration layer. This means you do not control your house directly here. Instead, you set up your devices and proceed. In the app, you assign a name to each device so you can keep track later. A particularly useful feature can be found under Enocean configurations, where you can activate the repeater function if you need to extend your range. The app has many options. You can use a button conventionally for an actuator or transfer it to the Meta world to control other Meta devices, notably the wired ones. Additionally, you can incorporate more wireless buttons with the N-Ocean backpack. For example, you can also bring these buttons into the Meta world and configure them to control other Meta actuators. Place is often a larger or smaller factor with a flush-mounted installation. With our new Eltako Series 64, our developers have also taken an interest in this topic. The new Meta actuators now fit quite well into a deep flush-mounted box. Compared to our previous flush-mounted actuators, we have significantly increased the form factor. The new 64 actuators have dimensions of 46 by 45 by 20 millimeters. We have thus reduced the size of the new Meta actuators by 33% compared to the 62 series and by a full 38% compared to the 61 series. If we add the Enocean backpack with 9 millimeters depth, we still have just over 10% space savings. And what does that mean for you? Well, less finger gymnastics during installation, and with the new size, you save not only time but also nerves. Also, theoretically, I don't care at all which system you use to control your house. Whether it's Apple HomeKit, Google or Alexa, you know what? In the future, it won't matter to you either. With Meta, you are completely free in the choice of your ecosystem. So next time you leave your house, you won't have to run through the whole house doing this. But you will do this in the future. Hey Siri, turn off all the lights.
Oh, Almir, have you forgotten me again? Alexa, turn on the light.